starting point, that's okay. What they don't realise is you can't stop there. Sure, identify a gap because that's linked to the novelty and what's new, but we need to push them further than just saying and justifying their research as, I found a gap, now I'm going to look at it. So what? That question, is it important? So is it important to know the answer to the research question the students identified? Now here's two new ones that I want to pose to you as trainers to think about. Are we told to whom will it be important? So which stakeholders are most likely impacted by this research? And 68 as a trainer, think about this one. Is it likely that some measure of importance will be possible later on? So are we able to think of, they might claim some importance, but then later is there a way of knowing and measuring that importance really does come into reality? And a whole bunch of other things there as well. So the theme I then developed in putting these slides together, well, here's another mini pitch. And these pitches are getting more challenging because you've got less things to refer to. So this is what I call the narrow why pitch. Okay, this is now, so when we had the first four items, that was like motivating at the big picture why. Now it's the narrow why. So when we look at items H and I and these two key questions, as trainers, are we convinced about this narrow why? Why is it worth doing this? It's got to have novelty and it's got to have meaning and importance. And will it start a meaningful conversation? All right, so we can see a lot of green here because I got really quite into, and I suppose reminding myself of a bunch of things I say at a lot of talks around the world that haven't been reflected in this pitch E queued version. So apart from the first one, which was largely already in that version, so how persuasive, credible is the claimed primary source of the contribution to the relevant research literature, we've got these new ones that I want to suggest to you as trainers to think about. So how reliant is this contribution that's been written? How reliant is it on just saying it's new? Is it too reliant? And my experience is a lot of students just think all I'm going to do is repeat the what's new bit. And to me, I sort of understand that they're missing an opportunity here. The next one's related. So how reliant is it on the so what question? Because if they're not repeating the new bit, then they're going to repeat why they think it's important. And they could possibly be too reliant on that here. So number 77, does the claim contribution written by the student blend the narrow what's new and so what elements? So that I understand, and that's, I've always argued it should be doing that. The contribution piece should blend those new, what's new and so what, the narrow bit. But, and this is the critical bit in number 77, then credibly craft or transform this into what it could mean for the broader literature. And to me, that's now pushing really hard and really challenging to, it's not only the narrow what's new and so what, but what can it and could it possibly mean to the broader literature? And so it's moving beyond that narrow focus of the novelty and the importance to the bigger picture importance, if you like. And following on from that one, number 78, again in green, so this was a benefit to me in saying I want to do the trainer session. Following on from that point, does the claim contribution help shape a real platform for future advances in knowledge? And I think those papers that we've read as researchers in our careers, those papers that we really feel are ones that influence us, do exactly this. They set a real platform for advances in knowledge. Moreover, number 79 really tries to drive home this point, and this is super, super challenging. So master's students would absolutely struggle here, PhD students also, but we've got to set the challenge. As reflected by the answer to J, is the proposed work that they would like to do part of a living research ecosystem? I picked up this jargon around the place, and I wanted to use ecosystem, but I think it sort of works, and hopefully you understand what I mean here. So in brackets, i.e. the piece that they're putting forward is not terminal in nature. So